Oh, g'day. Welcome back to my channel. It's a wee bit chilly here today because winter has finally hit down under. Yes, single digits today. That's pretty cold for us. Yes, it is. But anyhow, I have good news. Good news. Really good news. Yes. Right, you listening? 2 million views. Yes, 2 million views. That is huge. That's my channel. I mean, it's only taken 7 years, mind you. But 2 million views. Yeah, I should be rich. I should be rich. If only I had a shekel for every one of those. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I'm doing it for the love, I can tell you. I'm doing it for the love. Although this year, I must say, it's been a big help. A lot of you guys have been helping me out with, those super thanks and Patreon and, what are the other things that we do? Oh, yes, YouTube members, all that sort of stuff and donations coming in. It's just kept me going, which has been good because things have been a bit tricky with sort of post-COVID bloody business crashes here. But anyhow, enough of that. You're here to see that special sort of video that I do every season. And we all know what it is, right? It's the Winter's Workbench and New Kits. Yes. Yep, you know what it is. And I'll be pulling out some kits and tugging on a few things and fondling some stuff to show you what I've been up to. Yes, I know you all enjoy that. All right, want to see what that is? I do too. Roll the music. Hookie's come to say hello. Yes, it's Bask the Cat. A lot of you ask about her. Yeah, she does all the editing, and she's usually behind the camera. She writes all the scripts, and oops, she wants some fish. There we go. That's it. Yeah, she says, no, camera shy. Yeah, well, I don't know. She takes the stills camera. You put that out, and she always poses, something dainty like this. Yeah, yeah. Probably a stripper in a previous life. Yeah, look, if you're enjoying the kind of silly content that I do on this channel, including the videos that are actually instructional, or, at least I show you what I do. Look, please, like, right? And, was it there? Is it there? It's there. I think it's there. All right. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that super thanks. As I said, that really helps me out. And you can join YouTube and Patreon, and there's buttons and things. Look, it's all happening, and all your support helps me get to those millions of views, and we can feed that bloody cat. All right, enough of this. Let's get on with the workbench part of this video. All right, workbench part. Well, actually, off the workbench. Yes, if you haven't seen it already, I have finished building the Schnellboot, right? Yes. And before you scream up and down and go, that's impossible, they weren't painted like that. Yes, they were. The ones at the Baltic Sea that came out of Finland, that's how they painted them. Yep. It's a legitimate paint scheme. It's exactly it. And they did have those recognition, right? The friendly fire stripes on the bow. So haven't seen that series of videos. I have finished that. Everything's there. I show you everything about putting together this kit. There's photo etch guns. There's so much that I did to it. So many scratch work, and Craig made me some 3D printed stanchions for all the railings, because if you know this kit, the railings are a bit sort of chunky. So my railings are to scale. They're quite pretty. Yeah. So that's just off the workbench. So I thought I'd just share that with you in case you haven't already watched that one, because it hasn't had a lot of views. I don't know why. Everyone was screaming for it, so I don't know. Maybe it got banned because of the swastika. Yeah. It's historically accurate, right? So it's just how it is, guys. Okay, let's move on. On my bench right now, the Vespucci. Yeah, it's a little Poochie. It is a gorgeous little kit. This is only tiny, like that. There's my hand, right? This is only, it's a 1/350 scale Lee, which is a rebox of Aoshima, and don't worry about those wobbly masts, because those masts are just dry fit. But I have got the deck greebles done. There's a whole video on that, and the bottom of the hull will go on. I'm not doing a waterline version. I will do the bottom of the hull, and it'll go on a stand and just like most of my boats. So yeah, that has been a lot of fun. There's a few errors in the kits and a few problems, which was unexpected, because the nipple maroon that I'd made previously, it went together like a dream, whereas this one has got a few funny things, like this silly little piece here, which is, I'll just leave off. I'm actually going to scratch build the entire top of the bridge there. Not hard, it's really not a lot. And this back section here, well, I'd lost the part, and then I was sort of worried about that, thought I'd have to scratch build the whole thing. And lo and behold, as we'll find later on, I found evidence that actually there wasn't much there at all. In fact, there's just a couple of windows. It doesn't go all the way down to the deck at all. So I might have to put some extra planks in there, and I'll just put the windows in. bingo bongo, it's done. So actually kind of fell on my ass and smelt like roses there. Yeah. Okay, so that's a Poochie. All right, let's get on with the next thing on my bench. Now, if you're a regular viewer of my channel and you've been maybe watching back to those videos from 2015, you'll know I started a Panther tank. Yes, a Dragon one, an Imperial series, and I started doing all the upgrades for it. In fact, many of you have seen the track link video that I did for that, where I worked out my own method to do those magic tracks to make it nice and easy. And it works. And so many of you have tried it and you said, it works. So that was lovely. I could share that with you. Well, anyhow, 7 years later, I finally got around to painting it. And, yes, it got a bit spotty. It got a bit spotty, yes. Because basically, what's wrong with the Panther tank having a few spots? Yes. Well, you have to go and watch the video for that and the reason why. But it's kind of nearly historically correct, although I have taken a few liberties. And I've still got some more spots to put on the wheels. And it's got a bit more spottiness to go. And then I've got to give it a wash and, a little bit of scratching and chipping. Scripping. Scratching and chipping. There's a new word. We'll do a bit of scripping on it. And it'll be finished. It'll be out soon, sometime this month maybe. I'll get that out. The trouble is I have to sort of space those videos out, otherwise all the rivet counters have huge coronaries and die in their bloody thousands, and so we have to make sure there's sort of breathing time between videos with spotty tanks. All right, let's move on. Now, one of my favourite kits for the last 2 years, and very popular, and I know a lot of you really love it, is yes, the St Louis Rescue Kit. Yeah, this thing was a piece of junk when I got it. An absolute mess, right? If you've seen the videos, you know a guy kind of started, made an absolute mess of it. He got the hull glued together and sort of the bulkheads in and the decks in. He even glued cannons to the deck, and there was just glue everywhere and nothing really fitted properly. There was massive gaps, and it was a nightmare. But it was up for sale really cheap, and this is not an easy kit to find in Australia. So I basically snapped it up and thought, well, for the price I can snaffle this for, maybe I can fix it. And I think I have. Heard that deck, I should put a wood veneer deck on it. Yeah, I've started, as I did on the Vespucci, I've started doing that with my my sailing ships and plastic ones. Give them a wood deck, make them look pretty. So I'm really happy with that. There will be an update for that this month because we've got to get, when I say we, I mean me. You're not helping. You're not helping. Well, you're watching the video. So you're helping surreptitiously, I think. Is that the word? Well, I don't know. Look, it's cold here. My brain hasn't actually warmed up this morning. Anyhow, the St. Louis is going to have a video update where I put all the cannons in finally. I made all the ones for the top decks. You've seen that. There's a video on that. But I'll be tying those guys down. Yeah? Tie your kangaroo down. No, tie your cannon port down, mate. Yeah, there's a video on that too. You remember that song? I made that song years ago on my banjo. Yeah. That was the sort of start of banjo playing on YouTube, and you guys keep asking for more. I'm not really that good, honestly, I'm not. But you seem to ask for it. I'll do another banjo recital one day, one day when I don't care about the ratings. Now, don't laugh, Harry. You'll shake all the freaking masks off. They're just dry fit. Anyhow, that's where I am with St. Louis. So by all means, go back and watch the videos on that, and then it'll be up to speed when I do the next video where all the cannons go in. Yeah. I've got a few more plans for this as well. So there's a lot to look forward to with the St. Louis. So we better move along. For those of you that keep asking, yes, there will be more for the Wingnut Wings Hansa-Brandenburg. Yeah, remember that? Yeah. I got quite far with it. Yes. It's basically got its floaties on. It just needs, it just needs a little bit of finishing, really. But somehow I got carried away with a few ships, as happens. But I will get back to the Wingnut Wings. It'll probably be in the next, maybe not this month, next month. I want to get that sort of out the way soon. So we get that one finished, another one finished. Because there's a guy on YouTube that has promised every time I finish a kit, he's going to sling me like 10, a shekel. $10, okay? A shekel. And, quite frankly, that's incentive enough for me to actually finish a few kits. All right, what else is on my bench? Now, for that guy that keeps asking, the junk is out. Yeah, can you see it? It's there somewhere, right? I'm sure you can see it. I can't see it without my glasses. Where is it? There, under that pile there. All right, so about there somewhere. Yes, my junk is out for everyone to see. Well, what would you expect in a wank video? Yeah, but there's a fella keeps asking, where's the junk? Where's the junk? Well, there it is. There it is. Now, I don't mean to be sadistic. Is that the word? Sadistic? No, that's not how you spell it. No, look. Seydlitz. Seydlitz. Yes, the sadist, right? The Seydlitz. And I had got quite a lot done to it. Still dry fit. That part's still wobbling about it. It's still dry fit, but I did all that extra work over here on the bow, adding all the little detail that was missing from the kit. And I've started experimenting with my Posca pens, see if I could paint the whale line, you know, or basically the plimsoll line, you know, on this thing. Thinking sailing ships again, right? Plimsoll line, yes. And yes, you can. And I scribed out some panel detail for all the welded panels. So that was as far as I've got, and it kind of has sat there for a while because I've been distracted by so many things. But it's on the list for this month as well. Okay, you will be seeing a Seydlitz video this month, and I will get the whole side painted, and you know, both sides actually. We'll get that plimsoll on, and we'll start working on the decks. I can just move ahead now. I mean, I kind of, as usual, should be an easy build, and then I decide, wonder if I can scratch some booms on the thing, right? You know, yeah, that'd be good. Torpedo booms, that's good. Okay, maybe I can add a few. Yeah. The only thing that's going to be a little bit tricky, I've got some metal barrels for this. I do have a wood veneer deck, but you know, they go on really easy. I do have some photo etch masks for it, which are much better than the ones in the kit. So they'll be interesting. I'll probably do a whole video on those. But I expect they'll be like when I did the Varag. Remember in the Varag I did the masks on that? Yeah, so I learned a lot doing that as to how to play with brass masks. You try and say that, you're taking brass masks. On a sadist. All right. I think that's just about everything that's on my bench that at least I'll be working on in the near future. If I've forgotten something, please let me know. But I think that's sort of all the kits that I'm actually building at the moment. Okay. I'll take another coffee break and we'll get on with new kits. Yeah, there have been a few. Not many, but they're going to be fun. All right. Hang in there. Welcome back. Well, I hope you had a nice break. Now, a lot of people talk about Australia and they say, you know, everything's out to bloody kill you. And it's just not true. Oh, no, bloody hell, it's the giant bloody... Whoa. Bask, can you go and get rid of that venomous black snake? And that's how we deal with them in Australia, right? We don't put up with any of that. Bloody drop bears and giant friggin' spiders that'll carry off your mother. Yeah, we don't care. We just beat the buggers with a stick. Anyhow, enough of that. I just thought you'd like to know. Now... new kits, yes, there have been a couple, just a couple. Now, there was a video already out on Esmeralda, right? This was a gift, this was sent to me, right? And the chap who, you know who you are, I don't have to say who you are, okay? You know who you are. It's because I've forgotten. God, bloody hopeless. In one ear, out the other. You know, I've got that alternate Zymus, yeah. Anyhow, lovely donation of this kit sent to me because I think we were on my last video. Actually, it was my last Workbench and New Kits video. I said, look, I've got the I got one. What did I get? See, look, I can't remember a thing. I can't remember a damn. Where are we? What's going? Hang on, no. There's there's a Christian Radish and a Gorsh Fook. I'm not making these names up, honestly. The Gorsh Fook is a name of a German sailing ship, and the Radish, yeah, that Radish, and I sort of said, look, I've sort of been collecting these because the Vespucci I enjoyed, and the Lee Nippon Maru. The brain is not working. I don't know. I was working the other day, and normally I do all my calculations in my head for the maths, and I was doing all this stuff, and nothing was coming out correctly. I was sort of doing stuff with videos, so I went, what's going wrong here? And then I thought, well, I better sit down with the calculator, and I found. My mathematical brain is not what it used to be. I can tell you, this is my 7th decade and the cogs are rusty. Anyhow, I mentioned in that video that I was enjoying sort of collecting these ships and building them. I mean, I don't just collect stuff, I build it. And the only one I couldn't find was Esmeralda, right? And lo and behold, this lovely fellow contacted me and said, I've got the MA version, and that's the one you want to get, right, rather than the Reeboks Shima or Reeboks Lee. He said, I've got the MA version. Would you like it? Will you build it? Yes, I will, and I've already done the video on that. So you can go and watch that, and that is in the pipeline. Well, we've got to get that Vespucci basically to the point where all it needs is rigging, right? And I can rig it in my spare time because rigging will take a while. As soon as the Vespucci is technically sort of physically finished, right, assembled, and it's only got to have a bit of string thrown on it, then I will lay down the keel of Esmeralda and we will start her. Yeah, so we've got that to look forward to. I tell you, I'm looking forward to that. Now, if you saw the video about hella fake kits, then you know already what's coming up, right? La Indomitable is a ship not to be dominated. No, I'm a bit stupid with a big fat ass, but I am wonderful. Yeah, there was an Indomitable ship, but it didn't look like that. So if you want to know how to fix this kit, because there's a lot of things that are wrong, and you make an actual Indomitable, go and watch that video, and I show exactly what's wrong with this kit. In fact, it's simply a rebox of the Royal Lewis, all right, by Hella, which is a lovely kit. Royal Lewis is a lovely kit. I picked up the Royal Lewis for like about 2 shekels, right, in a sale. I didn't even know what it was, but I thought, Hella big ship, 2 shekels, what the hell? What could I lose? And I was so pleased I got that. This is the same kit, but they've changed a few little things and just given it another name and put a stupid great big fat bum on it, which is wrong, but it can be fixed. Yeah. What's a term called for, it's rhinoplasty for here, so it must be arsoplasty. Yeah, must be. I can do it. Ugh. These were all bought at a big model exchange. I mean, I sold a whole lot of kits because I basically got out of my Hummer. I'm only keeping a few sort of armoured cars and a few, what is that, a truck or something, or a few things that interest me, that are unusual. I really haven't sort of bothered with it in my tanks. I built tanks for years. I know a lot of you, that's how you got on my channel. But it's ships now. But hopefully you're just staying for the fun. Because like a lot of you guys that do build armour, that still watch my videos, and they say, look, even though it's not what I build, the techniques still carry across. And they do. A lot of the things I do and the tricks and everything, you can do them on anything. You can do them on spaceships. You can do them on submarines, It's modelling. That's all. That's all I show. Anyhow, stay for the jokes. Go for the banjo playing. Yeah. So also I got the Sirene, right? Yeah. Basically, yes. She's a mermaid. And again, look at the big bottom, right? Enormous derriere, you're magnificent, magnificent, right? Yeah, huge ass on this too, but it's wrong. Well, it's fanciful. There's elements of it that sort of were for all that period, and sure, but no, just no. Of course, if you want to build these 2 kits, right, that I've just mentioned, out of the box and build them just as they are, fine, go and do it. I'm not slamming you. If that was your choice, that's what I want to build, great, go for it, okay? But for me, it's sort of, I did the research because I thought they don't look quite right. And after I had done the research, I realised they could be fixed, which for me is terrific because I like a challenge. I like to fix things that are broken. So, both those Hella kits are in that video, which there would have been a thing up on the screen here, right? And you can go and see my video on how to fix fake Hella ships, all right? Or not, whatever. Now, this you haven't seen. This is a new kit that is so new, the paint hasn't dried on the box. Well, no, not exactly. The paint hasn't dried on the stamps. It came all the way from France, right? And it's something I've been looking for a while. I'd been interested in, but not at the stupid prices people were asking. I was just asking absolutely absurd prices. I thought, no, look, I'm keen, but I'm not that keen. I'm not going to bloody sell a kidney to buy this thing. And then lo and behold, one came up for just a handful of shekels over in France. Actually a handful of euros, really, I suppose, But anyhow, I got into the country for a price, a third the price of what they sell here locally. So for me, that was a bargain. It still wasn't a cheap kit, but still, it was very, very reasonable. And I just happened to have some contract money in, so I was actually financial, or I basically used something of you guys. I probably spent your money. Yes, your money. Anyhow, further ado, it's another Poochie, but this is a great big one, right? This is 1 to 150 scale. And this is where I realised this whole back area here could be done differently because this is how Hella have done it. And then the more I looked and researched about the Vespucci, I realised the way Lee has basically moulded what would have been MA originally. Maybe it was on one of the early ones, but there's a refit and the current one doesn't have that piece. So I went, good, don't have to build that. But I also noticed a few extra things on here that are not on my Lee kit. I thought, ooh, I can add those. So there will be a little bit of scratching work that'll go on that Lee kit. Not much, because they're only small things. So I need to put this down, it's quite heavy. Oh. That is a terrific kit. And although I don't like doing box opens unless I'm going to build them fairly soon, but I could be persuaded to do a box open with that. If enough of you are interested, I will open that box and we'll go through the kit because it could be fun, especially as I have the little Lee one to compare to, and we can see how much more detail there is in the Hella kit. So that is possible. All right, well, look, It's kind of warmed up in here, actually. Oh, goodness me. I've had the heater on, and Bask has been sitting here behind me purring away. You know, that noise in the background was not an air conditioner. It is Bask the cat. Yeah, she forgave me for picking her up. Ooh, she's not a pickup cat, no. Anyhow, as I said at the beginning, you know, like, comment, share, like, just be respectful if you're going to comment, all right? Okay? These videos are meant to be silly. Don't take them seriously. Don't. Alrighty, that's it. That's enough for now. Hope you enjoyed that. So it's goodbye from Australia, and it's hooroo from Harry Houdini.